it's time for another edition of I'm Still a Work in Progress. Whew, sometimes, I won't say sometimes, often, I have to catch myself and remember who my child is. And I say that because, as I said, I'm still a work in progress when it comes to my child. And sometimes we as parents, some people don't like to apologize to their children. We apologize to her if an apology is needed. But I find myself through all these years of dealing with Sydney and things that she has had going on, that I still have some growing that I need to do. In terms of taking a step back and remembering who she is and how she processes things. And today, it made me think because today we went to breakfast. We had breakfast, a mommy and daughter breakfast this morning. And I dropped her off at the front of the restaurant. And my directions to her was, all right, go in, grab us a table for two, put it under your name. I'm going to go park. Simple directions, it seems, right? So I go park my car. I go inside and I'm like, where is my child at? I don't know where my child is at. So then I tell the lady, hey, did you have two down for Sydney? And she's like, what? I said, little girl should have came in here. She had a black top on. No little girl. I didn't see a little girl. Low down thinking somebody snatched my child. I was about to go straight up ballistic. So I'm like, what do you talk about? Nobody, has seen her. I called this chick on her phone and I'm like, where are you at? Oh, I'm outside. Why are you outside? She's coming through the door. I was like, what are you doing? What? Come on now. And I started getting upset. Cause I'm like, dude, I'm thinking you in here got us a seat. You ain't even put our name down. And I said, well, what's going on? What happened? Well, I came in and the line was long, so I went back out. And I said, baby, what were my directions? So she started getting frustrated with me. And I said, no, what were my directions? She couldn't answer. What were my directions? So I started getting a little frustrated. And I'd said, like, okay, come on now, really? It's common sense. Big mistake. This is my dog coming in. So, big mistake. So she starts getting frustrated. And I said, you know what? Let me stop. Let me step back and think about it. Then I had to tell her, my bad, because I didn't give you specific directions. I have to remember sometimes that my child doesn't process things the same as other kids. Highly intelligent, been called a genius by some people, but still she processes things differently. So for me to say it's common sense, not to her, because she processed it differently. So what I had to tell her was, I apologize. What I should have said was, Sydney, you should have gone inside. No matter if the line is long, just wait. Put our name down to put it under Sydney, and then go sit down. Wait for me to come in, and we'll wait together. Because sometimes I forget I have to break steps down for her, and I'm like that too. You got to break some steps down for me, or else don't tell me or give me all this stuff and think I'm gonna remember to do it. So I had to catch myself and be like, you know what, that was wrong what you said. And sometimes, again, like I tell people, I'm a work in progress, and again, I have to remember how she processes things isn't the same as how other people process things. And as she was becoming frustrated, and I was becoming frustrated, and I was adding more fuel to the fire, like, what were my directions? What were my directions? Don't do that to your child. If your child processes things differently, take a step back and try to figure out what you could have done to help them understand it better. I'm still a work in progress because, to be honest, I still catch myself saying things like that sometimes to my child. Like, what were you thinking? That's one of my go-tos. What were you thinking? And I have to go back and apologize because, again, I have to remember that she thinks differently, she processes things differently than other people. So that's what I want to say today. Sometimes we have to suck it up, take a step back, apologize to your kids when there's something that you know it's not within their control when it comes to understanding and processing. So that's my tidbit for today. I did apologize to my baby. Until next time, on this edition of I'm Still a Work in Progress.